In the land of Vurnith, where the skies roar with the flutter of dragon wings and the ground quakes under the stomp of giants, there lies a peculiarly quiet village known as Whispers. Sheltered by the imposing Crestfall peaks and aged forests that hum with ancient magic, the village rarely saw turmoil from the fantastical beings that haunted the broader realm. This peace was protected by an unwritten accord, bound by the power of the Sentinel Tree, a towering entity older than the peaks themselves. The Sentinel, infused with deep magic, pulsated with a soft, luminescent glow that could be seen from miles around, a silent guardian whose life force linked the villagers' fates to the stability of the region. Joran Dovecap, a novice lorekeeper, stumbled upon a faded scroll in the village archive, underneath piles of mythical treaties and ancestries. The ancient document told of a forthcoming celestial convergence, a rare event when planetary alignments augment magical forces, enhancing the Sentinel's power but also making it vulnerable to dark essences. Joran's heart tightened as he read the prophecy that warned of a storm brewed by greed's whisper, seeking the heart of light. Determined, Joran decided to consult Elder Marine, a wizened practitioner of the arcane arts, and more importantly, the protector of the Sentinel Tree. Elder Marine listened intently, her eyes reflecting decades of battles fought both in the physical realm and beyond. "We must act swiftly," she declared after Joran recounted his findings. "The celestial convergence ushers power but also peril. We must strengthen the Sentinels before the alignment and purge any vulnerabilities." As they discussed plans, an icy gale, unlike any other, whipped through Whispers, extinguishing hearths and swaying the age-old boughs of the Sentinel. A flicker of fear crossed Joran's eyes. The storm foretold by the prophecy had begun its approach sooner than anticipated. The next morning, Joran and Marine set out to gather components necessary for the warding ceremony: rare orewing petals from the cliffside meadows, silvered water from the Mirror Lake, and ethereal sands from the silent dunes of Loria. Each element was guarded by creatures of old magic. Negotiating, battling, and allying with these beings tested Joran's resolve and deepened his understanding of the natural order where all elements coexisted in precarious balance. As the day of convergence neared, Whispers braced against increasing anomalies. Beasts of shadow prowled closer, emboldened by the growing strength of the storm. Villagers reported sightings of spectral figures and eerie sounds emanating from the forests. Despite the growing turmoil, Joran and Marine continued their preparations, weaving protects around the Sentinel, infusing it with the harvested elements, and reciting incantations aged by centuries. On the eve of the convergence, the entire village gathered around the Sentinel, each individual carrying a lantern lit from their heart's fire, a representation of personal essence and will. Together, they fortified the aura of the Sentinel, blending their lights into its pulsating glow. As the celestial bodies aligned, the storm unleashed its full might, thunderous and writhing with malice. It clashed against the shield of collective will, seeking a crack, a mere slip in faith. Yet the people of Whispers, led by Joran's resolute voice, sang the ancient hymns of binding, their voices harmonizing with the wind and overpowering the storm's roar. The battle raged through the night, the air fizzing with magic and intent. Dawn brought with it silence. The storm had dissipated, leaving behind clear skies and a radiant Sentinel shining brighter than ever. Exhausted but elated, the villagers embraced, their bond renewed by their shared ordeal. Joran, standing by the elder, looked out at the reborn land, his heart swelling with pride and newfound wisdom. From that day forward, the villagers of Whispers not only whispered about their quiet, peaceful existence, but also about the night they turned back a field, storm with their courage and unity, a tale that seeped into the soil of Vurnith and echoed beyond, carried by the winds that once carried threat but now spoke of triumph.